Hey everyone, welcome to the Foreclosure Guy Podcast. I'm Bill. If you or someone you know is facing foreclosure or you've gotten yourself into a situation you never thought you'd be in, you're not alone. I help people understand their options, avoid the scammers, and find a path to ultimately keeping their home. Hey everyone, I'm Bill, the Idaho Foreclosure Guy. Today we have Pam joining us. Pam was in a situation where she's the primary caretaker in her family. Her husband had severe medical issues. And on top of it all, she's got this pre-foreclosure that she's got to figure out. She's going to talk to us today about that process and how she ultimately became the hero in her story. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. My name is Bill. I am the Idaho Foreclosure Guy. Today's guest, Pam, was someone that I helped. She was in default and she had quite a bit of stuff going on, and we were able to find a way to help keep her and her family in that home. So Pam, welcome, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So Pam, can you get our viewers kind of caught up to what your situation was?
So it started back in COVID. My husband has an autoimmune disease. And starting in COVID, he started having issues. And after COVID, he's had the after effects of COVID and still continuing with health issues due to it. We got behind on our mortgage, and I tried everything between him not working and me trying to take care of him and to work. We got behind on our mortgage, and we didn't have any way out.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how that would be stressful. And, you know, the more I deal with people, I hear this pretty regularly. You know, we had a medical situation and as a result of that, hey, income was affected and just ultimately unable to make the payment. And for you, if I might say, you know, you had a pretty good balance. I mean, you don't owe very much on the house with respect to what it's worth, and you've got a pretty killer interest rate.
Yes.
So I'm sure you were probably afraid of losing that as well.
Yes, I was. I was afraid of not only losing all of that, but just losing basically our life and not having a place to live or means to have a place to live.
Yeah, I mean, if the truth is, if somebody in your position were to lose this house with, you know, this low balance and low interest rate, I mean, that's probably never coming along again, right?
No, I would never get that back again. Once you lose a house, there goes your credit and there goes your interest rate.
Yeah. So Pam, they say that there's 7 steps in grief, and the first step is denial. Was there any of that going on for you?
Oh, most definitely. Denial that they were going to take the house, denial that I wasn't going to be able to just come up with what I needed to get back to where I needed to be, denial that they would just work with me. And it was all denial.
At what point did it become very real for you? Were you like, hey, you know, they're not messing around, and you start to feel the squeeze?
Oh, that would be pretty much early on. I started getting phone calls from other people wanting to buy my house, wanting to help me, scams that were coming through text messages. And I'm thinking, okay, this is getting scary. And so I needed to find somebody who would truly help me.
So Pam, you mentioned scams and calls and text messages. I mean, with all this going on, I'm sure it can be hard to know who to trust, because like people want to dress it up and say, oh, I want to help you. But really underneath it, they're trying to offer you pennies on the dollar for your house, right? Can you talk about how you were able to sift through, hey, these people are legit or these people are not?
It was hard because I didn't know who to trust, didn't know who to go to, didn't know basically anything of what was going on because I've never been through it before. I think most of it was just, you could tell by the text message it was a little fishy. You could just get this hunch that it just didn't feel right. When you finally got a hold of me, I felt comfortable. I didn't have that deep dreading, I don't know if I want to do this. And you just made it comfortable.
Well, thank you for that, Pam. Can you give an example of a I'm sure you don't remember all of them, but text message that was kind of suspicious?
Well, when they started off too friendly, like, "Hey Pam, how's it going? I understand." It was just too friendly in the beginning. It wasn't business or professional in the beginning. It was
Got it.
more of a friendly cold call.
So, Pam, were these local numbers or were they foreign? Were they out of state? Do you recall any of that?
They were all different kinds of numbers. It was out of state. I had a couple that was in state, and I felt like I could trust the in-state ones a little bit better.
Sure.
But it was a lot of out of state.
Okay.
And hey, we can help you, when they didn't even know my story.
Okay. And so they're trying to get rushed to it too quickly is what it sounds like.
Yes.
Like they're trying to like act like they're buddy and when they don't even know you, right? They haven't heard your situation.
Yes.
Okay. I can see why that would put me off too.
Yes.
So, okay. So you dealt with, or you did deal with the scammers, or you just ignored them.
I basically ignored them.
And, you met with us a few times, and, I know that we had this relationship with us. It kind of went on for a little while, and toward the end, we were able to figure something out.
Yes.
And no, after the deal, let me ask you this: after we were able to help you stay in your home, can you tell me what that was like for you?
Relief. There's so many different emotions going with it, but relief was the biggest one. Just knowing, okay, I'm safe again.
I want to address the audience now. Not everybody who calls, if you're in a situation like this, not everybody calling you, texting you, trying to get a hold of you has your best interest at heart. And it can be hard to know who to trust. Honestly, what my dad told me was probably true. You got to trust your gut. Something feels off. It probably is. Wow. Pam decided to trust me, trust us, and I'm grateful for that. And Pam, I want you to know that I thank you for allowing me to help you and your family keep your home. That's something that means a lot to me. I've been able to do that. I've been fortunate enough to be able to do that for a number of families, and it feels great. If you're out and about, you go to a coffee shop, you go to Trader Joe's, or Eddie's Diner here in Boise, and you run into somebody. Hey, Bill, you remember us? You helped us keep their home. That's great. That's an awesome feeling, and so I just appreciate you allowing me to do that for you guys.
Oh, I appreciate you just helping me, just wanting to know my story so that you could help me. And it just, I can't think of any other more appropriate word than just a relief. Yeah. I could breathe.
Yeah. I imagine it would have me wound up pretty good too, and, so again, you guys are going to stay in your home, hopefully for many more years.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask, you mentioned your husband. You said he was having some issues. I think you said autoimmune.
Yes.
Okay. Has that improved?
Yes, greatly. This year, he has not had any hospital stays. He's had one small surgery, but that was for something not related to his autoimmune disease. But he's perfect. Hasn't had any problems at all.
Good. So Pam, I've got some more questions about all this because I'm always curious. Hey, I see things from my perspective, but the truth is, like, I look at you and I think, okay, what is she feeling right now? And if I guess, I'm probably wrong, right? If I guess what you're thinking or what works for you. And so I want to ask you, what was it about me and my team that made you feel like, okay, hey, we can trust these guys. Let's go with them.
Oh, your passion. Definitely your passion. You really, when we met you and your partner that you were with, you guys truly cared and you walked me through things, and this is what happens and this is how things go. And you made me feel comfortable from the beginning.
Okay. I could see how that would make somebody feel good. And it's true. I want to address the audience. I've got this old school method that I like to do. I'm a pen and paper guy. So I've got this old just pad of paper, and I go through the process, write it out, and I do the same thing every time. Write it out, look them in the eye, and we kind of so I'm hitting both of their visual and audio and kind of walking them through the experience. So we're hitting all of those audio, visual, and kinesthetic, right? The learning styles. So yeah, very old school. I love to jot stuff down on paper, and yeah, look, I'm even getting excited about it now, imagining myself doing it. So,
and I wing it.
You wing it. Yeah.
I wing it.
You wing it. Pam, I've got to say this. A lot of times it's the man who's trying to hide this from his wife, and he's trying to think of ways, how do I save my house? How do I save my family? And a lot of these guys, they feel embarrassed and even humiliated for it, right? And so here you are, you're in the provider role. You actually got to be the hero in your own story, right? You got to save your family because hey, you've got a husband who's was unwell.
Yes.
And you're going to work, and you're figuring out, hey, how do I save my family's home? Right? Can you talk about what that was like?
It was a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. I didn't want him to feel that he let us down because he was so sick. It's not his fault he's sick. It's just something that happens. I couldn't let him feel that kind of burden on himself and make him more sick than what he already is. I just took it on myself. I knew that if I didn't do it, I was going to lose everything.
So you stepped up, shielded your sick husband from this, who's dealing with his own health issues.
Yes.
And you found a way to make this happen. You found a way to save your family's home, which you did.
Yes. Yes.
I applaud you. That's very cool.
Thank you.
In the words of Pam, take the ostrich out of it. What does that mean? I've already told you my story. I got flattened one time. I made a series of bad investments and I went broke. The main emotion I felt was really embarrassment, which is a sub emotion of shame, right? We feel a lot of shame, so we're reluctant to take any action at all. And the truth is, most people are one mishap away from losing everything. Think about it. If you had a health issue, if you had to declare bankruptcy, if you lost your job and, hey, you weren't so good about, saving for your rainy day fund, you had to take care of a loved one or, mom or dad or somebody like that. One mishap is all it takes. I know because I talk to these people daily. They never saw it coming. Nobody plans for this. And these are regular, everyday people just like you and me. Knowing what you know now, right? You've been through it. You're on the other side of it and you came out, on the winning team. What would you do differently if you had to do it all over again?
Don't hesitate.
Oh, say more about that, please.
Don't hesitate. If once it starts, don't hold back. Find your ways. Reach out to people. Try to stop it before it gets too far. Mine got really far and it's costing me in the end, but I should have done something sooner.
So you're saying take action.
Yes.
Right? Get in front of it.
Yes.
So in this industry, we have something called the ostrich phase, right? That's the middle. There's the first 10 days and the last 10 days. The middle of this whole, hey, you're in default, you're in pre-foreclosure. The middle we call the ostrich phase, where nobody takes action. They put their head in the sand and they play make-believe and just hope it'll magically go away or, they'll pull a rabbit out of a hat. But when I talk to people, I'm just like, look, it doesn't matter if you work with me or even somebody else. Just take action, man. Take action and just start putting your feet, just start beating the pavement and find a solution. Just start now because you have time. And when we get close to the end, your options get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer the closer we get to the end. And at some point, your only option is you can't keep the house, but you can keep some of your equity.
Yes.
Translation, if you wait too long, you're going to have to find somewhere else to live.
Yes.
Right? And, okay, so that's your advice to people. Take action sooner rather than later.
Yes. Take the ostrich out of the equation. Start strong. try to find something with your mortgage company, try to work it out. If it doesn't work out, then you need to reach out. Don't just put your head down and say, okay, I'll figure something out. You need to reach out, do what you need to do to push yourself to get into a position where you're not going to lose your house, that you're not going to lose what you need to survive.
And I'd like to address the audience once again. If you're unsure of what to do, you want to reach out to us, great. We're totally would love to help you. We don't charge for what we do, whether it's a regular loan, conventional loan, FHA, or even VA. I'm a veteran myself, so I pride myself on being able to help people who have VA loans and are in trouble. I do probably one a week VA loan and help people keep it. So we're here to help. And even if we're not the right resource for you, we'd like to point you to whoever is. But let's go down that path. Okay, let's get started, because the longer you wait, the worse it'll be. This is uncomfortable for me to ask, but I've got to say it. Do you think your husband's health and well-being would have been worse off had you not taken action when you did?
Oh, yes, definitely. Anytime stress, anything that would increase any of your heart rates, your blood pressure, any anger, which I'm sure the anger would have been there, it most definitely would have impacted his well-being. His health would deteriorate. Yeah,
sure. Because I think for anybody, safety, am I safe in my home? Is my home going to be here tomorrow? I mean, that would make anybody feel anxious and uneasy inside. And that's never good for somebody's health who's already struggling.
Yeah, I definitely. I took on the burden of having that on my shoulders. Are we going to have a house tomorrow, or are we going to have a sheriff at our door?
I don't even know what to say to that. That's a horrible question to have to answer for yourself.
Yeah.
So I want to address the audience again. Like every other red-blooded American, I love nothing more than a good comeback story. I have my own comeback story. I got flattened a few years ago. I made some really bold moves, and I went bust. And for a little while, I lost hope. All I could do is put one foot in front of the other and keep taking action. We have another comeback story here in Pam. She was very close to losing it all, and thank God she took action when she did. And now she's able to not only keep her house, but protect her husband. And again, I'm going to get you with this, be the hero in her own story. Come on, right?
Yes.
That's cool. So I want to thank my audience for joining us today. And I wish you all the very best. If there's anything I can do to help you, please reach out. Hey everyone, that's all for today. Thanks for listening. If you or someone you know is facing foreclosure, don't hesitate to reach out or share this with them. Take action by liking, following, and subscribing. Thank you.